goats, because if nobody goes there, it becomes a habitat for goats and sheep and stray dogs. So, but I think Gambians will change attitude. In these 5 years that are coming, there will be no compromise. This lackadaisical attitude, this dependency syndrome will not be accepted, because we have to bring about the economic superpower. It's not going to fall from the sky. No matter how many times we pray to the Almighty Allah, Allah is not going to drop it from the sky. We have to work for it. He has to give us the means and the resources, which He has already given us. I'm not going into details about it. It's a question of changing attitude. This country can develop faster than we think we can develop if we change attitude.
Agriculture continues to be the backbone.
And it will always be the backbone.
Yes. Mr. President, I want to draw your attention to a pilot project you have at Wadena Beach. I think I was fortunate to try probably one or two of the produce there. Looking at the sand there, this is a sandy ground. What is that a pilot project? Turning the beach into arable land. Why did you do that? What were you trying to prove?
Well, first of all, you are wrong to call it a beach. It's partially a beach. It is sandy, yes, but it's not a beach. It's on the coast. Okay, turning a sandy beach into arable land. Because it was a dumping ground for granite cells. And so it has become very fertile. If granite cells were not dumped there, there was no way anybody can use that sand. But because it is very fertile, the only logical use of the land is agriculture. And that's why I'm using it for agricultural purposes. Also, another reason is, when you talk to Banjilian, they tell you don't have a farm. Now, the river, Banjul is an island. What best farm can you ask for other than have a river, an island surrounded by water full of fish? So I'm just saying that, and I also remember when we were in Form 1 Gambia High School, we used to buy sugar cane that used to be grown by a Bambara somewhere, and of course also corn, maize. And I said, because it was grown in a saline land area, it tasted better. So everybody, in fact, even the women that used to sell corn, used to say, pa Bambara, tan bila kolifin. So I'm just trying to prove a point that if you, wherever you live, if you have land, because most of the time, oh, it's beach, it's the beach, you cannot do anything. I want to prove a point that you can also use the beach for agriculture. Put where it is not fertile, you can find a way of making it fertile. Now, if GGC were not dumping granule cells there, and I can still turn it into a fertile agricultural land by putting cattle there. But now, let them not get me wrong. I'm not talking about the pristine beach, sandy beach, and the president is using that. I'm not using that part of the beach. Even the fencing, we allow that clean part of the beach outside of agricultural purpose. But even that sandy, clean beach, you can turn it into an agricultural land, depending on what you want to grow there. In most countries, you go to any beach, you have a lot of coconuts. Coconuts are very expensive. Even the seedling alone is 150. So if you grow these coconuts on the beach, one, it acts as slowing down coastal erosion. In addition, it provides shade as well as a source of income. So any part of this coastal area can be used for agricultural purpose, and it will yield. But what I wanted to prove was that anywhere, if you are determined, you can do agriculture. actually the area is going to be turned into an aquacultural farm. But because you need a lot of inputs with fixing the place before the aquaculture, that's why I'm saying we are using the land now for agricultural purposes.
Mr. President,
and maybe people like you, maybe if you don't go to Canada, say, oh, the president is fine. Oh, the president is always sitting down. For you to know that I'm not sitting down, you go to, if I go to Denton Bay, come there and see me walk, and then you also walk.
I wish I knew the time you'll be there.
Oh, okay, we'll let you know next time.
Mr. President, let me take you to another crucial area of what I normally hear around, because I do a lot of investigative journalism, just for my own personal consumption. But people say that the back to the land concept could also be like if people have an alternative. Not everybody can be a farmer, but people say they can take the helm of the economic activity of this country if they have an investment bank, a bank that gives them loans on a very small interest. Is your government thinking of coming up with such a bank that gives soft loans? Because the loans in the banks, I know it's business for them though, 24% is rather high.
You know, Malik, in national development, you don't put preconditions. Now, okay, we are saying back to the land. And for anybody to say, I cannot go back to the land, is really strange. Because when we say go back to the land can be used for a variety of reasons other than agriculture. So, the land is the baseline. Whether you have a loan or you don't have a loan, you can go back to. Now, yes, the interest rates are very high, and we're doing our best to bring them down. But this is a global trend. So if we have to have a bank that obviously there would not be an interest-free bank, a commercial bank or an investment bank, which will be interest-free, then it will not survive. But even in the event that we have this investment bank, which has almost soft loans, as you said, there will still be people that will not be able to access them because they will not have the collateral. So, for somebody to sit down and say, oh, yes, going back to the land is this and that and that. Now, if you don't have collateral, the bank will not give you a loan, soft or hard loan. Now, but you can have a starting point by going back to the land in whatever way you can go back to the land, putting up a banana plantation here and there. Most of the bananas in this country are imported. The vegetables for the hotels, most of it is imported from a semi-desert country, which is an insult. But what is more important is that even if you have an investment bank, which we are going to have very soon, it is still, there will still be people who will not be able to access it because they will not have the collateral. So what we are saying is, go back to the land in whatever way you can make use of the land. Because that is the simplest, that will be the starting point for you to be able to have a collateral that you can use to access a loan in the bank. Because a bank that will be giving loans free of charge, or not giving money out to investors free of charge, is not going to happen in this country. That's the reality. So even if it's going to be, let's say, interest rate is 10%, we still need a collateral. So, but people want to find a way of not doing something to say, oh yes,